National Interclub Bowls3Five finals continue here at the Naenae Indoor Bowling Centre, and we're sort of getting to that stage where we'll know who the quarterfinalists are for tomorrow, but still quite a lot of action to come. And I'm John Macbeth, I'm pleased to be joined by Tanith Pakaita and Caleb Hope, who have both promised that they will say something throughout this competition. This match here is between Masterton, who have the white discs on their bowls, and Kerikeri Krushers, Krushers spelt with a K. So you can see up on the top left there the graphic, which will keep you up to date with who's holding the shot and what the score is. So the Kerikeri Krushers representing the far north zone. June Aukett is the lead. The two is Jenny Taylor, and Shaun Richards is the skip for that combination. And opposing them from Masterton with the white discs, the leaders Jacqui Oakley, at 2 is Warren Fisher, and their skip is Mathew Day. Well, Caleb, first of all with you, you've been watching quite a bit of it here, and you've played in the Bowls3Five over the years. Different sort of format because it was straight into television, wasn't it? But the interest here has been quite extraordinary, don't you think?
Oh, it's been brilliant, especially from the majority of these clubs coming from club level, winning their, there's been some upsets even at centre level just to make it through to the finals here, and a lot of those sort of unknown clubs are certainly making a name for themselves and pushing the top teams that were a part of the televised competition.
Well, when you see teams like Dobson with a membership of about a dozen over on the west coast, and then another club that played yesterday, I was chatting to them and asked them, how many members have you got? And they wouldn't tell me. That's the Homai team, and they've got 24 playing members. So you get a team out of that winning their competition for a start. Counties Manukau, for example, from Homai. That's a huge effort, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tanith, what's your interest in bowls? You're playing quite a bit?
Yes, I've been playing for 7 years. I started when I was 13, so now I'm 20. So I play out of Wanganui at the moment while I'm living there, but I used to play for Johnsonville down in Wellington, and Plymouton as well. So
you get around.
I have, so now I'm Jerry Hill at the moment.
Yep. We must talk more about what you're planning to do, or your career is going to be. You're planning on, or you are becoming a pilot, are you?
Yeah. So I've got my private pilot license at the moment.
Oh.
I've just passed it a couple of weeks ago, and just starting to work towards my commercial pilot license, which I should have done by August, and then see what the future holds, I guess.
Brilliant. That's really good. So we're just watching Jenny Taylor here. It takes a wee while to get used to this rink, I think. Yeah. Just getting the green seems to be quite difficult on one hand in particular.
Yeah, certainly. I've definitely watched a few games on this rink itself, and just does tend to just hold out a touch. But like you said, a couple of ends, they'll should pick up on that and see the quality step up a wee bit.
There are a few straighteners out there too, but like Caleb said, they'll pick up on it and probably work on it.
You've got to be prepared for that, though, don't you?
Yeah.
Number of people who say, "Oh, that don't play on that rink; it's hopeless." It's got straighteners. Well, it's part of the game, really. Isn't it?
Kind of have to.
It's certainly hard to get the perfect side. I don't think I've ever played on the perfect surface. You just got to pick up on the quirks and.
Yep. So Kerikeri's skip is Shaun Richards. Shaun has lived up in the far north most of his life, sort of a newbie to Kerikeri. He's looking competitive.
It's not far.
It's not bad at all. He's just looking to win another centre title to get his gold star, so he's had good success up there. But a whole mix of experience in these teams. Skip for Masterton is Mathew Day. Just a metre over, and not a bad place for him, but at the moment. Masterton holding shot. So Masterton players with the white shoulders and chest on their shirts and white disc on the bowls. This is Shaun Richards with his second. Nice little.
Very well played.
Yeah. Bit hard to tell sometimes. It looks like a couple, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yep. Couple to Kerikeri, so a good start for them.
Yeah, Kerikeri just had a slightly slow start to the tournament, but good chance for them here to get a win under their belt.
Yeah.
And have a strong finish to the competition, even if they don't quite make the playoffs. You know, bit of pride and try and get a couple of wins on the board.
And also, I think it's saying to the other clubs in the areas, we've got to get up and win this, because this is something special. I think a lot of players didn't actually appreciate what the Bowls3Five was all about.
Yeah.
They entered their centre events or club event and then went on to the centre if they won that. A lot of people are saying, I didn't realise it was going to be this big. So that's good. Sends the challenge out, doesn't it?
And it's nice that every team gets to go on the TV rink, you know.
Yep.
Exposes the players, exposes the clubs, and it's just good.
Jacqui Oakley's just returned to the Wairarapa after about 35 years away, 24 years of those in Canterbury. And she just said, I thought it's time to get back. So here she goes. She's living back in her hometown and fronting up for the Wairarapa Masterton Club as a representative. June Aukett there. She's just a second-year bowler.
Oh, yeah. Nice to make it on TV after 2 years. She's
Great bowl
playing
there
well.
too.
Very good. Big grin on her face.
Yeah, a little chuckle.
Yeah. They were quite late finishing. I think they played against Aramaho in their last match, and it was a extra end, and it seemed to drag on, and then they were rushing here with their bowls and getting ready to put stickers on and all that sort of thing. But Bowls New Zealand had been good. They said no rush, just suck in a bit of air. They had a nice photo taken. And
Oh, lovely.
Jenny Taylor trying to rescue the situation a wee bit. David Burridge is the marker today, marker and umpire. Holds a 3 up, so Kerikeri with 3.
Very professional, David.
Yes. I sung out to him last night. You got a smile, mate. You're on your good. He said, I'm concentrating.
Oh, fair enough.
Well, the Kerikeri team certainly made a great start.
Yeah.
Found the rink nice and early.
Holding 4. Warren Fisher, very much the experienced man, 20 plus years. It doesn't help the situation though.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky there.
So this is where the skips who earn so much money, they go down now and try and rescue the situation.
Certainly to that head, I'd be expecting the Masterton skip Matt Day to be playing a fairly aggressive shot towards those bowls.
And also, would you expect Shaun to be putting something just a bit over in case, or
Well,
doesn't look like it, does
all
it?
his bowls are hanging around the ring, the
Yeah.
respot mark down there on the 2 metre. So, at the end of the day, if Matt drives and doesn't
look
get all
at
the bowls out of there, oh, that's
Oh.
brilliant.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at that. This will be a big bowl, I reckon.
Anyway.
No, not necessarily playing a big weight, but just giving himself a chance to rest up on one of the shot bowls. Pulled that one a wee way under though.
That wouldn't be a bad weight, would it? To just get in there amongst those and
Yeah.
break it up a wee bit.
Can definitely tend to be a tricky weight though.
Yeah.
You know, if you just push it out a touch wide and they do struggle to sort of rip back towards the head. Probably does tend to be a bit easier just to go a bit sharper down the line,
Yeah.
but it's got to be what the players are confident with too. You know, it might not be his go-to shot, so.
Well, there's another one, is it? Just sneaking in, not quite. So certainly 5, I would say, is the count. Now, on the
Changed
other
his
hand, I
hand.
think he's wide again, is he?
Yep.
Well, that's a massive end there for the Kerikeri Krushers. There's a 5 lollipops up there on the top left of your screen, and after 2 ends, they lead by 7-0.
They'd be pretty happy with themselves, I
Yeah.
reckon.
Yeah, it's a very quick game, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
suddenly you're playing the 3rd end and you're 7 down.
Yeah.
You really have to score, you know, a 3 or something on this end
Quite
to get back into
crucial.
the game. So June Aukett there, I mentioned to her before, are you from the far north? She said, no, I'm from here. I'm from Naenae. My brother Ron Pilcher was the president of the Naenae club years ago. She said, oh no, I'm very much a Naenae person. So, but she's only been playing bowls a couple of years.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Played a lot of tennis prior to this, and back in the day, she said, but family and other stuff kept her off the sporting arena, and that's
Yeah.
one fantastic thing about bowls too, isn't it?
Oh, it is, yeah. Look at this one. Corrected herself, yeah?
Yeah,
Touch it.
Just another metre. Don't reach to the ball.
good correction because the first one's up on the bank. Jenny Taylor.
She might have just cut the line a wee bit.
Still there.
Now you look at the experienced players to step up to the mark if the Leeds aren't doing it. And it's quite a Leeds, a big game for Leeds, isn't it?
It
This?
is, yeah, it is. Puts a lot of pressure on the Leeds, though.
Mm.
Oh, well, great bowl there for the Masterton team. Looking to get underway on the scoring.
Like you said, they probably need a decent number on this end.
You find most most teams tend to save their power play for the second set.
Yeah.
So their double points end. So without the use of that in the first set, you know, they're really, well, they've got to get 3 multiples, really.
Yes, yeah.
So tough ask with the way the Kerikeri team started off, yeah.
Well, I'll say.
Sneaks under this one.
2 great bowls.
Oh, very well done.
So still holding a couple of shots there, Masterton, looking to score for the first time. With playing the third end, they're down by 7-0. With it Bowls3Five, it's just 5 ends, so games can quickly get away from you. So the points tables in Section 1, Sections 1 and 2 have completed their games now. Section 1, Stokes Valley Vipers and Nelson Spirit finished first and second. Stokes Valley went through unbeaten. Spirit, along with Petararu and Coromandel Muscles, each won 4 games. But that's when shots and differential and everything comes into it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And so Nelson Spirit got up to fill second place. And in Section 2, no teams went through unbeaten. Elmwood Park Saints lost 1. They finished with 18 points. And the Auckland Originals just pipped out Dobson and Hastings Hornets and Waihopai, who all finished on 12 points, but Auckland Originals take the next step. There we go.
Oh, I think we'll see Wade again here from the Kerikeri skipper. Just pulled under with his first one, but
Here we go.
up and through the head again. It's close.
It's a good effort.
That bowl, where was it?
This is Mathew Day with the last bowl of this third end. First set, looking to add to their 2.
Nice.
Oh, he doesn't want to move that jack. And he's played it quite nicely, but
Oh.
not quite enough.
Two.
Saying 2? They are saying 2, yep. So they're on the board now. Masterton team on the third end at 7-2. So you played, what did you play, many short ends, or have you noticed it out here or not?
So we stuck with the long ends.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, today we kind of mixed it up between middle and short, but yeah, yesterday it was all long.
All long?
Yep.
Have they, with all the TV games that you were involved in, did they have the mat in the same position all the time, or did you have variations of mat and jack placement? Can you recall?
No, I believe we had the one mat placement.
All the time?
Yeah, all the time with the 3 options of jack length,
Yep.
short, medium, long.
Yeah. Good starter there from the Black Disc Kerikeri Krushers.
Well, she's played very well so far.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're all afraid that we're going to say something. You know,
Oh, that's
if
not
I
like
play
us.
a bad bowl, don't rub it in. So
Oh.
well, no, we don't do that.
And the
We'll say
reply.
it, you know, everyone knows that you're not trying to play bad bowls, are you?
Yeah.
And it's quite daunting, as you probably found. Caleb, first time on TV, and that way back 3 or 4 years ago, whatever it was, it's a bit daunting, isn't it?
Yeah,
That was
well,
live
I
TV,
think,
of course, which is a bit different.
That was when I was playing for the Gore Rams.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, we had the very first game of the
That's right,
competition
yeah.
of the first year. So,
Yep.
you know, we were the
The
test,
guinea pigs.
the test dummies. You know, And certainly there was a lot of nerves early on, you
Yeah.
know, and for a lot of the players here from club level, you know, this is sort of similar effect, really. You
Yeah.
know, first game on a live stream, they know they've got an audience, and you know, a bit of added pressure to try and play good in front of the camera.
Yeah. He didn't play against Alex Wiley's team that.
Oh, yeah,
First
no,
up,
we had a couple of good battles with Grizz.
Yeah. He's been watching him, and he and Jenny have sent me a few messages. Yes, watching it.
Oh, we certainly become good friends with Grizz, Jenny and Naenae and,
Yeah, they're
and the
great,
rest
aren't
of the squad.
Yes.
They were certainly, obviously they didn't get the results they would have liked,
No.
but they were great value to have part of the tournament, especially in the first year.
Yeah. So the feedback on that was often because Alex Wiley would be playing 2, and Naenae would be saying, you know, I want just a draw here, and the response from the audience who were bowlers saying, oh, I'd hate playing with him. If I'm the skip and I say, draw, and Alex would just say, no, I'm going to have a run at it, you know. And it brought so much hilarity to it, didn't it? It was good stuff. I really enjoyed it. They were kind enough to invite me into their 4 for the Nationals down in Dunedin a couple of years ago, and with Neil Tiplady as well.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, and they won't be inviting me back, but we had a good time. Jenny's gone on and won a few titles and had that Canterbury team, and she tries to keep Alec honest. So with the changeover here, this has really been an excellent start by Kerikeri, picking up that 5 on the second end to go to 7-0, but the fight back is on from the Masterton team. A couple on the third. We're playing the fourth.
They're saying Masterton have got 2.
Yeah. So a 2 or a 3 here, and suddenly it's all on, isn't
There
it?
you go, yeah. It's not far.
Warren Fisher has 2 just to the right of the screen there, just indicating about, half a metre. That's all you need. Shaun Richards playing that backhand. It's quite a nice little target there for him. He get an inside edge off something. And he does too. Oh, gee. Could well have carted the jack back on that.
Yeah.
Do the same, Warren. Get better.
Just a minor adjustment needed. Foot of weight, make it 3, get a bit of pressure going back on the
Yeah.
Kerikeri side.
He's added the weight.
No, it
Doesn't want
is-
the trail.
Oh, don't get...
Well, it's a great bowl, but unfortunately he hasn't added to it.
And does it make it any easier for Shaun Richards to get at?
Well, he's
He's-
got 2 of the 3 back ones if he wanted to play through that front bowl.
I'd imagine he'd be doing that.
Second shot's also not bad, still having
Yes.
that 3-shot
Yeah.
advantage into the last end of
Might
the
get
first
caught in
set.
front here. Oh, unlucky.
2. It is 2.
I don't know yet.
So we go into the final end with Kerikeri Krushers, an advantage of 3, 7-4. As Jacqui Oakley lays the mat down gently, goes back and finds her bowl and looks to set it up for her team
Play or leave it.
to try and drag back that 3, or maybe get a 4 and win this. That would be a huge comeback.
Well, Matt Day's just called the power play for
Has
the
he?
Masterton team, and I don't mind it. If they can sneak a 2, they win the set.
Yeah,
From 7-0 down, it'd be a great effort.
Well,
I'm not much of a stats man, but I certainly found when I was playing the Bowls3Five that the winner of the first set generally had the advantage of the game. So I don't mind the option to try and pinch this first set.
Well, that's a big incentive for the opposition. It's always that feeling of, right, they're playing, using the power play,
Gotta get close.
let's get into them.
Yep.
Yeah, let's negate that advantage they could achieve.
Oh, so just holding out there a bit.
Hey, again. Green's good. Just wait.
It'll start to get a little bit colder in here,
Oh,
for sure.
Yeah.
I'm in a jacket, long sleeve already.
Yep. I've got a puffer jacket in the car waiting for me. I've been trapped here before.
And here's Caleb in a shorts.
In his
shorts
Invercargill gear, his shorts and his t-shirt.
100%.
Yeah.
The only time you'll find me in pants will be weddings and funerals.
And even then, you don't have to, eh? Oh, yeah, this is a scary situation, isn't it? It's almost like we're using the power play and it's got into their heads a wee bit.
Well, still a nice open hit, though.
Yeah, and this is where, you know, Warren Day, as we said, very experienced. He's won quite a few centre titles in the wire wrapper.
Here we go.
Well, he's played it pretty good.
Ooh, close.
Jenny Taylor was a bit annoyed at having to put the stickers on because she's got a Kiwi as her logo. And she said, oh, I just love to look at my Kiwi. Well, you can't see it now because it's all covered up. Righto, Warren, in you go. Stick one in there, tickle the jack a little bit. Suddenly you've got two.
Here it comes.
Watching intently.
It's got a bit of
Not a
weight on
mile
it.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Ooh.
Well, that's where it is, isn't it? If
Nice
they want
trail
to,
there,
yeah,
eh?
yeah. And what Shaun Richards doesn't want is for Jenny Taylor to do it for them, and she is quite narrow. Oh, look, that's
She's
not a straightener.
drawn it.
She's going to do it for them, is
Oh.
she? No, she's going to draw it dead. Well,
Well,
it had a bit of help there, didn't it?
yep. Yeah, it certainly held its line.
That's the straighteners I was talking about.
Yeah, yeah. We saw a couple of them yesterday, and we had replays on them. One of them was so bad, it almost turned back the other way.
Yeah.
I think Aiden tucked it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was
He's-
Aiden too.
He's going around showing everyone that video.
He had the grace to say, sorry,
Yeah.
but wasn't his fault. So, Mathew Day now, they're using the power play, Masterton. He needs to first of all unsettle that shot bowl or tackle that jack back.
He's
That's-
probably
yeah.
got the right weight for it, to
Yeah,
be honest.
yeah. So I think Shaun will be looking to put one in those,
Yep.
don't you think?
Yep.
Just in case the jack does go back.
Get amongst them.
Or
Oh,
draw a second.
Oh, yeah.
It's still on though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Chances are certainly there.
Still a shot to play.
Yep. See,
Only really has the jack though. Like the sit of the bowl's only worth one to him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's basically just got to try and trail a bare jack, which is a pretty tough ask.
Yep.
But he's watching it.
Hopefully he gets
He's looking
that
for the straightener. One to play, the set is theirs, unless something goes horribly awry here. That's what he wanted to do with his previous one, so it's in there now, and certainly it's 2 to Kerikeri. They take the first set by 9-4. Well, use of the power play. It certainly was a reasonably astute tactic, but it had to work for them, and now they're faced with the prospect of having no power play.
No power play with Kerikeri still got their power play.
The other matches we'll be showing you this afternoon at 5 o'clock, or scheduled for 5 o'clock, but of course we're subject to team availability. United Hawks against Manarewa Kites, and then at 6:20 it's Takaro Tui against Stoke Thunder. It's a good one to finish with.
Yeah.
Beginning of the second set.
Weights are both good. Both weights are good. So.
Yeah. And that's pretty much the harder of the two, isn't it? You know, to
probably
get your
finding
weight.
your weight. Yeah.
As opposed to your line or green.
Wow. Talking about the straighteners.
Yeah, that's right, of course. So Jenny Taylor's new to bowls, already at 4 years. She's played in the Far North rep team, junior reps, and she said her mother her late mother played a lot of bowls, so she sort of knew what it was about before she took it on. You have a lot of people querying juniors, you know. So you're only a second-year bowler. Oh, you've played a lot of business house bowls. So some people start off absolutely from scratch, don't they?
Yeah.
And others have just had the advantage of going to roll up some playing and business house stuff.
Yeah. Certainly at my club, Stokes Valley, just the amount of pre-Christmas work dues and even just, parties, 40th, 50th, there's just been a lot of foot traffic through the bowling club, and that's sort of enticed them to come back and have another go and catch the bug.
And some of them do, we have sort of regular stuff at Raumati, and one of them is a softball day where the softballers come and have their pre-Christmas thing, and some of them I just say, play both sports because they seem to be natural. So many people who play other sports are just, can look at it and say, oh, is this what I'm meant to do? And up it goes, and you think, damn, how did you do that?
Yeah. Yeah, from majority of the people that I've met on the bowling green say that, I've played squash back in my day.
Yeah.
Oh, I've played tennis. Oh, I played golf.
Exactly. And I think it's important that clubs also accommodate all people who might be not want to play bowls full time or even become, permanent members or anything like that. But if you want to play, the clubs are often empty, aren't they? The greens are often vacant. But that's something I don't like, and I just, come along and play. It's open for you. Have a go.
I reckon that's the best thing about bowls is, everyone's so welcoming.
Yes.
Ready to meet people, and you can play social. You can, be competitive, and it's open.
And it's not an expensive sport either. Like most subscriptions are manageable.
Yeah.
And bowls, gosh, you don't need to buy bowls if you don't want to. Clubs have always got some, because it is a sport in which people pass away or give up or and say hand their bowls on, even if they are size 17s. No, first ones I ever had were a 5 and 1/12. Well, and
held standard weights.
Oh yeah. Oh, my word! I wondered why I'd go home at night with my arm was aching. But, it was a great way to start because those older bowls with the big draws, and with you know, our community bowls or business house bowls will often say, look, here's some new bowls, try those. And players who haven't played before will say, no, I prefer the big old black ones you've got there because that's a lot more fun trying to get it in, you know. Back to this game with Kerikeri holding a couple.
I imagine you were a part of the days of the white socks, white shoes, white undies, white pants, white shirt.
Yeah, no, I had brown shoes.
Brown shoes.
Brown shoes. And now I frown when I see some of those, talking about Somerset being a grand sponsor of bowls, of course, but you see an advertisement for, or a story about older people, they always have people playing bowls, and always in whites. I mean, whites are just about a thing of the past, aren't they?
Yeah.
Are there any clubs around now that have just whites? I don't think so.
Not that I can.
No.
There'll be one or two floating around, but
Yep.
certainly the way forward's getting some nice bright uniforms and get yourselves out there.
Even talking about these guys on TV now.
Yeah. So first time they've had the measure out. Kerikeri, the story is that it says they're holding 3 there. Losing the first set, Kerikeri won by 9-4.
Well, 3-shot start to Kerikeri.
Yeah.
Starting the second set the way they started the first, and Masterton now are really going to have to put their foot down without the use of a power play.
June Aukett, nice delivery.
She's certainly laid a great platform for the rest of the team.
Yeah, there's only that one end where she was a bit away from outside a couple of metres even, but in general she's been right there, and considering, you know, second-year player, foreign surface too, possibly.
Haven't seen her without a big smile on her face
No.
yet. Just enjoying her time out here on the TV ring.
She'll be happy to go watch us back tonight. And be like,
Yeah.
I actually played
I
really
did well.
well.
And they said some nice things about me.
Yeah, we spent the whole night last night watching tennis going back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey.
More than once.
Hey.
Oh, 3 or 4 times, I think.
It was my first TV ring, so.
Oh, right. Nice weight here, just getting it up to...
Let's not talk about when Caleb turns the Chromecast on and goes back to that Gore game. Oh, goodness.
That was exciting stuff, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You talk about June not losing a smile on her face. Well, Caleb can smile a lot during a game, can't he?
He watched the whole 2 hours of it too.
Really?
Yep.
Without a drink?
Yeah, just sat there glued. I even said, oh, Caleb, let's go get some food. No. I have to 2 hours tennis.
What time was that?
Oh, crazy town. Crazy hours now.
Yeah, good stuff.
It's just rolling his eyes at me right now.
Yep. His knuckles are clenched. He's gritting his teeth. Fisher wondering, which way am I going to go? Which hand do you want? Looking to come under that? Not quite. He looks, just shakes his head and walks back. There's a fine line, isn't it, between maybe an inside edge and a little feather onto the jack, or just as he did then, nudge the second shot into shot.
It's quite interesting. Not all players are playing one hand. I stuck with the backhand yesterday, but I see quite a few of them are playing the forehand down.
Yeah, if you hit
Is that something you'd often do? Do you favour your backhand, would you say, or not? You start with your backhand if you were leading?
I guess it's just a feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, go feel really.
Well, 2 to Kerikeri at the moment, those 2 blue bowls. Well, one might be purple, I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. Could we enhance the colour a wee bit, please? I can't tell whether it's blue or purple.
I think it's purple.
It's purple.
Purple. Sorry, yeah, purple, not purple. Richards has shown pretty good weight control in this game so far. That one won't worry him too much putting it over there. They've got 2 shots anyway.
Oh, I think he'll just be enjoying the platform that's been laid in front of him. Hasn't had to work too hard just yet. Matt Day in the area here, though.
Ooh.
Just needed a clear run.
Big deep breath.
Yeah, it's a routine he's got, isn't it? Have you
Yeah.
noticed that? And everyone should have a routine, of course. He just sucks it in, steadies himself and delivers.
Just out.
Well, it's pretty much crucial here for Matt Day just to convert this head. Get on the board in the set.
He's got that
He's looking at it.
bowl of fishes that he can knock up, or he can sit on the shot bowl, which he might just do here. He might get some luck out of this. He might just have picked up the shot.
Maybe.
Has he?
Well, going off the rings.
Yeah.
It just looks like his is just a touch more inside the rings than the blue bowl, but
They're both on edges too, aren't they? You know,
Yeah,
you've got to be
quite
careful.
angles, yeah.
Careful when measuring.
it's a game of millimetres at the best
He's
of
got
times.
it, yeah.
There we go.
But he's worked his way in.
Great shot.
Yeah. Nice measuring.
Well, potential game saver.
Yep.
He'd be quite happy with that, I'd imagine. He's going for a short one.
Kerikeri still got that power play up their sleeve, though. Obviously just waiting to see how the next end or two progresses in the set.
So Masterton, having scored on the last end, the second, can dictate the length of the end, and also, of course, get first bowl.
I think this is our first look at the short length.
Gosh, she holds that poise right the way through. She's still standing on the mat with her arm out, watching it all the way. Not a bad one either. So, Oakley changed hands. She finished up quite wide on with her first. Some better shot from her. White lollipop up from the marker I can see down the other end.
She's got a bit of weight here.
A wee squirt would have been good, wouldn't it, across to hers, but Fisher, very experienced.
It's not bad there. Jenny Taylor playing the backhand. She'll have to be under that front one though.
Don't want to hit it too hard, luckily.
Round of beating this ball here.
So we've got one side playing this hand, a forehand for the right-hander.
Yeah.
The other one, best option for them is to play
The backhand.
backhand. Yes. Masterton still holding shot. She'll certainly be under that front bowl this time.
Ooh.
Matt Day with a bit to do if they're to pick up a 3 here perhaps and just get back into a position of challenging for the second set. So what shots are you playing, Caleb? Just a draw here?
Just a wee draw up the forehand, mate, and try and just drop inside the shot bowl, or just at least inside the purple, and just improve the count. I think he's done enough.
He's done it.
Yeah, well played.
So that'll be 2.
The rings probably don't necessarily do the bowls the justice. You know, he's played that bowl inside 2 feet, which is not always easy to do.
Still 2 to Masterton.
So now he just has to be, he wants to do the same again, obviously.
Yeah.
Again, but
It's got to be mindful of that back one, yeah.
that last bowl that went in, yeah. He plays a lot of indoor bowls, Matt Day, and
I believe he's pretty sharp too.
Yeah.
I've seen his photo around on Facebook lately, winning the odd title in the Wairarapa.
he grew up in Auckland and played his indoor bowls, a lot of it up there before shifting back, family back in the Wairarapa area, so didn't quite get in there for that, did he? Just still, oh.
Jenny just indicating she thinks it might just still be 2.
Yeah.
However, if he can just drop inside his last bowl, he'll definitely cut it back to 1, if not sneak the shot. So not much adjustment needed from his first bowl. Didn't look too sure about it. It's not far away.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Eh? That's very good. He may well have cut one out. I don't know there.
Probably, to be
He's
honest.
possibly just about got the shot. I mean, all bowls just outside
Yeah,
the wider
That's
ring. So
Here we go.
I think
So he's taken that one out.
Taken that
So it's a
out.
measure between.
I'll make the call and say he got second shot.
Ooh.
Oh, you were so smart.
Hey,
Yeah,
not bad.
Yeah, not bad, mate. So 1 shot it is.
From a Kerikeri point of view, I wouldn't mind see them play the power play here.
Yeah, I wonder.
It'd be
I
good for
wouldn't
them, I reckon.
I wouldn't be holding on to it right till the end.
No gestures from either of the skips, though.
Too late now.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
too late.
Yep.
First bowl's away, but You know, if they were even to just score one on their power play and take a 5-2 lead, you know, it was make life very tough for the Masterton team, but
You can hear all the voices from over the
Yeah,
other
you can.
rinks we can, and sometimes it's so loud. I think
You
it's this,
get a little
this
bit
crew
mistaken,
talking.
eh?
Yeah.
now if you're not aware, there's on the other side of the screens there's another 6 games going on from the other 2 sections. So
And there's it's a great arena here, isn't it? In a big area where there's they've got a cafe and restaurant and
Yeah.
bar operating, and
They do great food here as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
We had a roast here last night and it was really nice.
I've certainly had my fair share of toasted sandwiches and chips. Personal favourite, the Naenae Bowling Club.
Yeah.
Ham, cheese, pineapple.
Onion,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Ham, cheese, pineapple and onion, or ham, cheese and onion?
just ham, cheese, onion.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh. Shows you what I know.
Not a lot.
What roast did you have? What was on special last night? Chicken.
Beef.
No, it was beef.
Oh, was it?
Yep.
And the catering crew doing a great job here.
Yeah.
Certainly
They're flat out at the moment.
a lot of mouths to feed.
Oh, nice bowl coming in here. That's June
Very well
Aukett.
done. He didn't really like that one.
Just got it out a touch wide.
Yeah.
Just as it cools off, bowls do tend to just hang a touch.
Are they? Yeah.
Just
yeah.
as the temperature drops off as it is now. Sort
Yeah.
of. It's actually a big thing over in Australia, sort of 5 o'clock onwards.
Yeah.
The greens just sort of die off in terms of speed. Sort of get the same effect here on the carpet at Naenae.
Yeah.
Can catch you out if you don't have your wits about you.
And if you're not aware of it, it's you stand there questioning yourself
Does your
all the
head
time.
in,
What am I
yeah.
doing wrong here? Well,
I thought I'd given that one enough,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, but just dropping a metre short does tend to happen, but
It's brought his line in a bit here,
Yeah.
though.
that
looks
should be better.
pretty well played to me.
Oh, no, sure.
Well, they're just sneaking one in there, sort of each end. Just doing enough to keep themselves in the second set. Sort of recovered well from dropping that 3 in the first end.
Yeah, that's right.
And with Kerikeri taking out the first set, Masterton do need to win the set to go to a tiebreaker. A drawn set wouldn't quite be enough.
Oh,
Oh.
look at that. Oh, wow.
Well, that's turned to gold.
Yeah, yeah.
Ladies high-fiving each other. Big smiles.
A wee bit fortunate there, but
Yeah.
it's a big part of the game we play.
Yes, you will have you play plenty of bowls, and you know that there's some players out there who just get angry when that happens.
I
Just think,
know.
oh, that was lucky. You didn't, but that's part of the game. Absolutely, it is.
The old saying, better to be lucky than good.
Yep, yep. Here we see it now, and just in replay. So that looked to be narrow and was going through a hole, but instead it just knocked out that bowl and slid off it to take the shot away from the white.
Well, it was her own bowl that she
Yes,
used,
yeah.
so maybe
Yep.
she's just, she knew what she was up to.
Yep.
Yeah.
It did no damage at all to her team. In fact, it gave her a big advantage. Now, Warren Fisher looking over it, watching to see if
Oh,
his skip
he's-
can do the same.
Oh, brilliant.
Good reply, I reckon.
Yeah.
That was a pretty tough head to work into, and he's
Oh.
played it very well.
I think they said 1 in a measure.
So now the jack's moved away to Shaun's right, so he has to adjust for that. adjusted his line really well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, whoa. Very good ball. No, that's...
Oh,
You'll be happy. So it's still one down.
Yep.
One on the side.
Last bowl from that day. Round that, and he's played it well. Slide
Yeah.
even. That'll do.
Oh,
Well, not enough.
no.
Not enough weight on.
Oh, you're that far. Yeah, not much.
Jenny just let him know it's only a very minor improvement needed to sneak the shot. He's put it out on a fairly good line again.
Don't think he likes it that much, though.
So just one, and now surely Kerikeri will use their power play, which
Let's
they
have a
haven't
look.
done. 3-all playing the last.
Oh, yep.
Well, the power play is really irrelevant now. So,
Yeah.
so that's what I was sort of alluding to a bit earlier in the set. That if Kerikeri were to use it a bit earlier and score, it would have made it a lot tougher for Masterton. But obviously, with it being all square last end of the set, the power play makes no real difference apart to the differential really of the Kerikeri team.
On the short. You're still trying to make your reach the over.
Short again. It's a tidy opener from Jacqui
Yeah, it's
Aukett.
coming in.
Reach the game ball.
Oh,
Yeah. The worst thing is, though, when you turn your back thinking it's a dreadful shot and suddenly you misjudge that. And
I did that a couple of times today.
It's hopeless. Turn around and they're
Yep.
saying, great shot. Oh,
Becomes a touch and you're like, oh, no.
or when you don't need to play it because you've won the end and you think, oh, I'll just toss this one down there recklessly.
Yep.
Masterton holding shot on his last end. Bowls3Five National Interclub, which if you've just joined us, the teams have been selected via competitions within their clubs and then the centres. And the centre winners are all here, and there's some big clubs represented and there's some very small clubs represented. It's a great cross-section of the bowling community. Teenagers and people slightly older than teenagers here.
Puts quite a bit of pressure on Kerikeri's skip now to, get amongst those and.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Jenny Taylor.
Yeah. See, all the Kerikeri bowls have gone narrow. They've been playing that forehand.
Well, she just dropped this one under the line too, but
Gosh. So this, at the moment, we're looking at tiebreaker.
good thing from the skip's point of view for Kerikeri is that obviously with the set being 3-all, just one good bowl's enough.
Yes,
He doesn't have to chase a number or
Yeah, that's true.
just got to take one of those famous deep breaths and
Yes,
draw the shot. Obviously, Matt Day needing to win the end just to go to a tie break. I thought, you know, with the position of the head holding the shots he's got, might have been an option to even go long, cover the respot.
Yeah.
It's sort of just a bit of a wasted bowl up the front, but
Guess he was just trying to get amongst those Kerikeri ones, but a little bit unfortunate.
He doesn't know if he's up.
Just out.
wow, his weight was brilliant.
Oh, perfect
Just-
weight,
just
wasn't
a
it?
touch wide.
So he goes back knowing what he has to do.
Well, he's given himself a good sighter.
Yeah.
Matt Day will just be nice and gentle. Doesn't want to do anything silly and give it away.
Oh, he's going to nudge it.
No.
Oh.
That could have got interesting had the bowl just worked around the corner a bit further. Now, also a chance to win the match right here.
Yep.
Draws the shot, stops the game from going to a tie break.
He's watching
He's
it. isn't he?
watching closely.
Oh, get out of the way, Warren.
Just needs to hold on.
Oh,
Oh,
look
here
at
we
this.
go.
Oh, my word.
Hard luck.
Great effort.
Oh, wasn't it ever? I thought he had that jack clean, and I think so did he.
Yeah.
And probably an even greater effort is Masterton winning the set without the use of a power play.
Yep. Brilliant.
Tiebreaker.
Oh,
love it. I love it.
One end shootout to decide the
Yeah.
winner of this game.
Now, this is where the leads are under a bit of pressure,
Yeah.
aren't they? You lead, stand up, put your first bowl, within a couple of feet if you can, and that sets the standard, doesn't it? That
That's
sets
right.
the tone for the way the entire end is played.
Well, from a Kerikeri point of view, they just want to get a W on the board. But for
Yep.
Masterton, they've already got one win under the belt. So
Yes.
if they could sneak this tie break, they actually get themselves right back in the mix, trying to get one of those top two positions and a spot in the quarterfinals tomorrow. So
What have they
Masterton,
decided?
Masterton have been sent into bat first, and they've chosen the short length again. It's obviously worked for them in that second set especially, so
yeah.
why not stick at it?
But last bowl is crucial in these sort of winner takes all ends, eh?
Well, from a skip's point of view,
Yeah.
you certainly enjoy when you don't need to play your last one in the games under your belt, but it's also nice to try and sneak the glory bowl and play the match winner.
But then again, it's quite nice to be a skip knowing that you don't have to.
Yeah.
If your two puts one in there and you say, oh, that's great, I don't have to worry now. Bit of pressure there. Pressure bowl for Jacqui Oakley. She's a good couple of metres short. So an opening for June Aukett. She's not going to be short, that's for sure.
Second year bowler. Here we go.
Yeah. Ah, there you
Oh,
go.
it's
Yeah,
not
that's
a bad
why.
place.
Just try there. Make sure you're reaching over there. Just try. Make sure you're over.
Just just checking her bowl to make sure she's not about to deliver a wrong bias.
Touch wide, but it's behind, so options.
There's a lot of breath control on the mat. June Aukett also doing the calming.
She certainly gets the bowl away well.
Yeah.
Very smooth.
Just hanging in that slightly wider line too, but another well-weighted bowl.
That's all right that way. It's up to you, whatever you like. Either hand, we're just trying to stop.
Fisher discussing with
Here
his
we
skip.
go.
What does he want? Forehand, backhand. Re-rub there. He'll be so disappointed with
Oh, I'm
being
sure
that
he
short,
would be,
eh?
yeah.
Just the pressure of the tie break.
Yeah.
You know, a game that can potentially make or break the tournament for them. They, you know, really realistically do need to win the game to keep the playoff hopes alive.
Jenny Taylor's got a good line here.
We'll play this way.
Changing his hand.
Go too wide, there's a straight.
Yeah.
Come under it.
Well, he has got that. It gives him more options, doesn't it?
It
There's
does,
a
yeah.
shot
Sit the
bowl,
bowl
or hit
or-
the ball, or get a slide, or pick the jack up, or sit on it.
No, he doesn't like it very
Just
much.
clipped his foot, I think, and just sort of grimaced off the mat.
Oh well,
That's what skips are for, eh? They got to play the
He's-
big shots.
yeah.
How short is it? How short is it?
Just asking how short her last ball was. Indication, a bit over a metre. Just something in that hole behind, even just in front of this white bowl here would be
Yeah.
handy. That's good. That's a good place. So as Shaun Richards goes down, he's probably feeling slightly more comfortable, but there's still a lot of area for those two skips to draw, in which to draw. What do you reckon, Caleb? He'll nut it with this one, do you think?
Oh, it'd certainly be a nice feeling to get it with the first. Or at least give yourself a good sighter.
He's watching it too, so.
He's close for the trail. Just dropped under.
Just still Kerikeri holding two, so he did go over quite a way. Richards plays the other hand.
Wow, it's a good bowl.
Isn't it?
Oh, nice shot.
Hasn't
we
created
go.
hasn't created a target.
This is a
Just-
big one, I
Just left
reckon.
Matt with the dead draw, really.
He picks up his last ball, hoping
Here
he
we
doesn't have to
go.
play it.
Wow.
Good
He's
line.
not far again.
He's
Oh,
done
he's
it.
drawn it.
He's done it.
Oh, great
wow.
shot. Had a feeling he was going to just draw it straight, to be honest.
Well, he's delivered. But the Kerikeri man with the chance to play the bowl out for the game.
Big breath, here we go.
Changing hands. He's not going to watch it. Oh, and he's gone wide. He's gone really wide.
Hard luck.
And so the sudden death tiebreaker goes the way of the team from Masterton after they dropped that first set by 9-4 and dropped a 3 in the second set to pick it up though by 6-3, and the final ball from Mathew Day gives them the victory. So it is a tiebreak by 1-0. They win it. They take the sets. They take this match. Pretty tight stuff though, wasn't it, Caleb?
Oh, definitely. Like to come from losing the first set pretty comfortably, and then 3-0 down first end of the second set. They battled away, just snuck a wee point here or there, and then obviously that last bowl of Matt Day was clutch. It was just, yeah, stood on the mat, drew the shot. Can't complain.
Final comments, Dennis?
Oh, it was a good game.
Yeah.
Nice bowls played, and yeah.
And pressure stuff, eh?
Yes.
Handling the pressure, really
That's
difficult.
right.
So there we are. As you can see, up next is our United Hawks versus Manarewa Kites. That's time for 5 o'clock. I don't know what the time is now.
Oh,
but
it's a little bit past.
Is it? Okay,
yeah.
so we won't be far away with that game. So come back and join us for that second to last match of day 2, Saturday's program here at the Bowls3Five Nationals.